Hey everybody, welcome back to Boost Your Income with Bootstrap to WordPress. This lecture is called How My Fear of Building Custom WordPress Websites Cost Me $24,000. Ouch. Alright, so let me tell you a little story about me and my career. So basically when I started building websites, I was fresh out of college. I just learned how to design and develop websites. So I would design a website in Photoshop, and then I would slice up that design and turn it into an HTML, CSS, and JavaScript website. I knew a little PHP, so I would make it a little dynamic. Just to save me some time, I would have some global headers, footers, and sidebars, maybe a dynamic date, maybe even a contact form. I knew a little bit. I was pretty good at what I knew, which was HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP, and designing in Photoshop. And I was pretty good at getting clients too. I would get clients that would want me to build their websites, and it was great. I was fresh out of college, and I was looking for some work, and so as a side job, I would take on a couple of clients and do a few HTML and CSS websites. And the budgets, they'd be anywhere from $500 to $1,000. Maybe the biggest one I would do would be, $1,200, and that was pushing it, because I was just starting. And it was just a side business, and I was looking for a job, and I eventually got a job at a full-time studio. So it was kind of just on the side, and I didn't have expert level skill, but I was pretty good at the business aspect of it and getting work and delivering pretty good quality websites. However, I started getting requests from clients, my current clients and some new clients. Word of mouth started kind of happening. I started getting some new referrals from my older clients, and they'd say, hey, I want a website. I want like a website where I can update it myself really easily, some blog posts. I want to be able to add, certain features and do that stuff myself. Can you do that for me? And then I knew from my experience in college and from obviously working as a freelance web designer and web developer, I knew that meant I needed to know WordPress or other content management systems, but I knew WordPress was the most popular. So I didn't know how to do it, and it scared me, because I remember at one point I looked into it and was like, holy moly, I can't do that. That's way too advanced for me. I don't want to learn that. It's scary. So I'm not gonna touch it. And so I get these requests, and I would just have to say, yeah, sorry, I'm too busy. I can't take on that project right now. But really all I was saying was, I don't know how to do that, and I don't want to take on a project that is going to stress me out, and I'm going to underdeliver or not be able to deliver at all. That makes me look bad. But I realized I was just losing out on work, and lots of work, because I started getting requests all the time. On a regular basis, every month, I'd get people saying, hey, I'd love you to do my website. My friend or my colleague, you did their website before and they loved it. I'd really love to work with you. I just want to have X, Y, and Z. And X, Y, and Z was usually update my website myself, add certain features myself, and have a blog or something like that. And I couldn't do that. And I was afraid. My fear got in the way of me taking my business to a new level. And in hindsight, when I look at that, the amount of money that I lost out for, it was probably about a year where I just avoided WordPress projects altogether, was, I would say, in the ballpark of $24,000. And the reason why I say that is because I was working before in the smaller budget range, like I would say average $1,000 websites. But WordPress is totally different. When you're developing custom WordPress websites, even as a beginner WordPress developer, you shouldn't be charging any less than a couple grand for a WordPress project, because it's a lot of work that goes into it. There's a lot of details. You're delivering high value, and the reason why you should be charging higher is because they're not going to be coming back to you as often because they can update the website themselves. When you do just static HTML sites, they got to keep coming back to you and say, hey, I have a new team member in my dental clinic. I need you to add a new page. Or, hey, can you add this article? Or, hey, I want to add more pictures. Here are the pictures. Can you add that? And then they keep coming back to you. So you charge them your hourly rate. And there's an ongoing sort of maintenance. But with WordPress, they can add pages, they can add blog posts, they can add widgets, they can add contact forms, they can update, they can delete stuff, they can do a whole bunch of stuff by themselves. So that's work that you're not getting. So for them, it's incredibly valuable. So you should be charging more. They're just worth way more. And $2,000, that's at the bottom end. So as a beginner, I estimated that, hey, I would be a beginner WordPress developer by that, if I were accepting those projects, and I would probably be charging about $2,000. So that's $2,000 every month that I was missing out on, which means $24,000 in the year I totally missed out on. And I realized that's not going to work for me. If I want to grow as a business person, as an entrepreneur, I want to grow my career, if I want to spread my expertise and grow my client base, if I want to make a living off of this, I need to be doing WordPress projects. And at this point, I would say 95% of the freelance work that I get is WordPress. Just exclusively WordPress and other content management systems that are even more advanced. So when I committed to learning WordPress, I boosted my income significantly. I made way more money every single month, to the point now where if I just didn't do WordPress projects, I probably wouldn't be able to have a smooth running, successful freelance business. Because when I look at my invoices, most of them are WordPress or WordPress related projects, whether that's updating WordPress site or developing a totally custom CMS driven with WordPress. So I don't want you to make the same mistake. If you're at the beginning of your career and you're getting emails saying like, hey, can you develop a website for me? And I want to be able to do this and that. And oh, that's for sure WordPress, or that should be done in WordPress. And you have to decline it or send it to a friend or pay a friend to do it. You're missing out on money. You're missing out on a couple grand, $3,000, $4,000 even, depending on how big the site is, for a project. And if you're getting regular requests, you're missing it out on thousands of dollars, and you could be incredibly successful making a lot of money building custom WordPress websites. So don't make the mistake that I did. Learn WordPress. Let me show you. I'm showing you from an angle that, hey, this can make you money. I'm not just showing you from, hey, WordPress is great, it's fun to learn, and you can, amp up your development skills. No. That's not what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you learning this is going to rock your world. This can improve your career greatly, or it can allow you to start a brand new career. And that's the angle I'm taking with this. So the amount of money that you paid for this course is nothing at all. It's pennies compared to the amount of money that you will be able to make with the skill that I'm giving you. So high value is what I'm going to give you. All right. I'll see you in the next lecture, where I'm going to drive the point home about static versus dynamic websites. If you're still not convinced that dynamic WordPress-driven websites is better than just hand-code HTML static stuff, then I'm going to drive that home to make you fully understand what you should be doing. Static versus dynamic. See you there.